What's up, folks? Welcome back to Mud and Munitions. I'm your host, Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving coming up to all you folks. Really appreciate all the new subscribers, all the comments. We're almost to 500 subs, guys, and we just started. For all you new folks, if you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. I know I'm sounding like every other gun tuber out there, but anyway, been wanting to do this video for a long time coming. Gun is unloaded, folks, but we're going to do a review on Glock 20 Gen 5 10mm for everyday carry. Love this pistol. If you watch this channel, I got two go-to guns. I got my CZ P07 and I got my Glock 20 when it comes to concealed carrying in the communist state of New York. So please forgive me. I took a few notes because I did want to cover the things I wanted to cover in this video. We're going to talk about the size of the pistol. We're going to talk about the 10mm cartridge or 10mm round as a whole. We're going to talk about why I picked it, use cases, what I have on a pistol, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's get right into it. Glock 20 is a full-size, full-frame pistol. It's one of the things I love about it. Is when I go to take it out my holster, it's just so easy to get a grip on that, on that thick frame, as you can see. Now, a lot of people say Glocks are like 2x4s. I could not agree more. I mean, when you grab this thing, it's like grabbing a brick. But listen, it's not uncomfortable, right? I love, like I said, just being able to quickly reach in and get so high on the gun and such a good grip, and it just comes out natural. Now, much different than a micro pistol or a pocket pistol like a Shield Plus, at least in my opinion. Those, I feel like, really stick to your body and you kind of got to move the hip and get in there. Well, this is just, you're just on it. I mean, literally, you're just on it. Now, always practice, right? Not easy to, you know, it looks easy, but, you know, I practice a lot with this. I go out on the weekends. I go out multiple times a week, whether it's the range, outdoors in the wilderness. I do have, even though I'm from New York, I do have my Pennsylvania carry. Pennsylvania is like a free state, man. There's a lot more places to go and shoot, and the ranges are much better in Pennsylvania than they are for me in the bullshit state of New York. So, you know, practice. If you're not going to practice, don't carry. We'll talk about the weight, right? When this is loaded, it's not a light gun. It's, once again, a full-size gun, and a 10mm round is pretty powerful and heavy compared to a 9mm. But when it comes to carrying, you know, when I first started carrying, everybody said it's all about the belt and the holster, and they could not be more right. I'm not affiliated with any companies, but I have a Core Essential holster. I have a Core Essential belt. I have a Vetter holster. I carry the Glock, carry all my striker-fired guns at about the 3 to 4 o'clock position. The only gun I appendix carry is my P07, which I love, as you guys know. I wish CZ did come out with a 10mm. Hopefully they will. But like I said, you know, being able to conceal, and I'm in the Northeast, so it's cold this time of the year. We have hoodies, we have coats. That definitely contributes. If I was living in Florida on the beach in Miami, I probably wouldn't be carrying a Glock 20. But hey, it is what it is. On this side, I have a double mag carrier. So being in the communist state of New York, we're only allowed 10-round magazines. Fucking makes no sense. So me personally, I like to have a few backup magazines. And in no way do I think I need 30 rounds to eliminate a threat. But, you know, things happen. A magazine might malfunction, might drop a magazine. I'm always dropping shit. I don't know about you guys, but it's always good, or at least me personally, I like to have backups to my backups. You guys know that if you just saw my bug out bag video. So, you know, speaking about the size, the thickness, the weight. We'll talk about the thickness in the slide, right? 10mm is a more powerful cartridge. It needs a beefier slide. We'll talk about that when I show you the optic in more detail. From a recoil standpoint, some folks complain about 10 millimeter, others don't. Once again, I'm not a professional, but this thing does not have bad recoil. Now, it might be due to my size, 6'2", 200 pounds. Might be to me practicing a lot early on. I've got 1,500 rounds through this pistol since just March. Maybe to some of you folks, that's not a lot. Maybe to others, it is. But to me, this is a very suitable gun. Maybe the optic helps with that, but yeah, it does kick more than a 9 millimeter, but not by much. I mean, this is not a fucking Super Red Hawk Alaskan 454. Like, it's very controllable to me, and it's very easy to get follow-up shots. So personally, with any pistol, get out there and practice, man. Take it to the range. Practice your draws at home. You know, dry fire the hell out of these things, but it's all about practicing. I do not see that huge of a difference between this and, yeah, it kicks, like I said, more than 9 millimeter, but it's not fucking night and day, at least to me. Concealability standpoint, I told you I got no issues concealing this gun. I don't even have a coat on. Yeah, I got a hoodie. It's not too baggy. Very easy to conceal. Very easy to conceal, at least for me. Everyone's different, like I said. So now let's talk about the 10 millimeter cartridge in general, right? It goes to the recoil. So, like I said, I'm very comfortable with it. The 2 rounds that I'm using for self-defense, one is Federal Personal Defense Punch, 200 grain. And then the other one is Custom Hornady 10 millimeter, 155 grain XTP. Now, this is 2-legged self-defense. I love to go camping. I just spoke about PA. I'm always in black bear country. Underwood ammo I love. Another video I did with Underwood is on my Marlin, my Ruger-made Marlin 1895 SBL. Fucking love that rifle. But back to Underwood. I just find this ammunition super reliable. So for the Glock, I use 220 grain hardcast flat nose. This is going 1,200 feet per second. Give you a look at what that looks like. Really cool round. This round does have kick. That I'll say. Now, once again, nothing crazy. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I like fucking calibers that kick a little. But this is the Underwood 220 grain hardcast. You'll see other YouTubers. It's got more of a red coating. This is their latest. They call this the black cherry coating. I think it's been around for probably a little bit over a year, but this replaced what you'll see other folks when they have the bright red coating. Give you a little bit of a look of the hollow points. When I'm showing you guys this, I do want to point out, do your research when it comes to ammo. The reason I do feel comfortable with a 10 millimeter, I have researched things like over-penetration. I'm in an urban environment. I'm responsible for every single round, as we all are, that leaves this pistol. So, you know, make sure when you're going to the range, you always want to make sure that these things can cycle. But there's websites out there. One of them is Lucky Gunner. When you go to buy the ammo and you look at the description all the way at the bottom, sometimes it will have video of ballistics. It will compare it with FBI standards, and that it will show different penetration testing. They don't have it for all ammo, but they do for certain rounds, which I found pretty helpful. So when it comes to carrying self-defense rounds, do your research. Same things when it comes to carrying in the woods. Another thing I like about the 10 millimeter, it does have that stopping power. Folks, once again, where I am, you know, people got lots of layers of clothing on in the winter, leather coats, hoodies. You could have thermals, t-shirts. Listen, 9 millimeter, I'm totally confident. It's been around forever. Personally, I like having a little bit of a bigger cartridge, a little bit of a bigger pistol. That's just me personally. Now, listen, I still love, and I carry the hell out of my CZ P07 also. So like I said, you know, I fucking love my Glock 20 also. I just love the 10 millimeter. Something about it that any of you folks out there that have one, maybe you can relate, but it's just something about that round and something about this pistol that I really got to love. So, you know, like I said, self-defense, urban area, self-defense, black bear country, in the woods. Let's get into the optic on this pistol. Actually, before the optic, I switched out the sights. All you Glock guys out there know, or Glock girls, Glock sights suck. That's one thing. You know, Glock is a Glock, right? I mean, they all look the same. They all shoot the same. Their sights are no good. So I replaced those. I got a Mariglow. I got the Tritium front night sight. And then looking at the back, it's got just that little paint right under, right? I didn't want too much noise back here, being I have the optic. You can see the optic in the video a little bit. So anyway, got the Holosun SCS MOS. Earlier, I mentioned the thickness of the slide. The optic is a little skinnier than the slide, so you got a little bit of spacing in there. Not sure if you could see it. Doesn't there's a good angle of it. It doesn't affect the optic or the pistol in any way. You can see, cool thing about, I can actually just rack it using the optic. Really cool. This is a solar powered optic by Holosun. It's got no battery. Just keep it out here. Sometimes you just put it in the windowsill during the day. Let it charge up, even though you probably don't have to. But very cool optic. It's got 3 settings. If you press this little button on the left-hand side and you hold it down, it cycles the 3 settings. The first setting is going to be a 32 MOA dot with a small dot in the middle. The second setting is going to be just the small dot in the middle. And the third setting is going to be just a large circle. I'm pretty sure it's a 32 MOA with nothing in the middle. Up to you which one you like. I do love having the ability to switch them out. In the woods, I might want something different than what I'm going to use on the street. Another thing is, once you selected which option you want, you just press it once, and it goes from whatever standard brightness it is to another level of brightness. So really cool that you can do that as well. I love this optic for multiple reasons. It's also very light. The Glock 20, like I said, is not a light pistol. It's not the heaviest pistol, so I want to keep it as light as possible. The only other thing I'll add to this gun when I'm in the woods is my TLR, my Streamlight TLR 7A Flex. I go back and forth between this and the CZ P07, but you can see how it just fits perfect. Very easy to turn on, turn off. So I do have a flashlight when I'm in the woods. If you guys saw my other videos, why waste a good arm when you could have a flashlight and your pistol in one hand and free this up for something else? So, didn't want to say that. Another thing when it comes to 10 millimeter, reliability. The Glock I found to be very reliable from my personal experience. Got 1,500 rounds through it, like I said. I've had no issues at all. Now, I do clean this gun probably every 300 to 500 rounds. Always want to maintain your gun, especially with a 10 millimeter though. I've seen issues with nothing crazy, but you know, 10 millimeter, it has its hiccups. So I've seen some feeding issues, whether it's with Springfield, Smith & Wesson, some of the other guns out there. The little Springfield XDM compact with the dot, that looks like a really cool pistol. I'd love to get my hands on one of those and shoot it. One of the local guys has one, so we'll try that out. But when it came to reliability, shootability, concealability, you name it, wanted to go with Glock when it came to the 10 millimeter. Like I said, yes, I wish CZ came out with a 10 millimeter just because I love my CZ so much, but you know, that's that. Once again, practice, practice, practice when it comes to your everyday carry. And that's really my 2 use cases, like I said. You know, being in the woods, to me, this is much better than having a big bore revolver Also, remember, I'm in the Northeast. We don't have grizzly bears out here. If we did, number one, I probably wouldn't be in the fucking woods. Number two, I'd be carrying probably something, maybe my 45-70, right? Probably have that instead. But that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Glock 20, Gen 5. Hit like, hit subscribe. Are you guys carrying a 10 millimeter? If so, what kind? What's your use case? And what kind of rounds are you using? I'd love to hear from you. So once again, thanks again, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving.